Today, we are diving into a huge technological tug-of-war. We've got the unstoppable force of blockchain technology smashing up against the immovable object of our right to privacy. So the big question is, can these two worlds ever actually work together? To really get a handle on this, you've got to understand the core of the problem. You see, this isn't just a simple disagreement. It's a conflict that is literally baked into the code of how both of these powerful ideas work.
No, really, just stop and think about that for a second. Every silly mistake you've ever made, every old address you've lived at, every little piece of info you've shared, it's all permanently carved in stone for everyone to see forever. This isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It's the reality of what happens when you put personal data on a public blockchain. And this analogy just hits the nail on the head. Our privacy laws, things like GDPR, they were all designed for a paper diary world, a world where information is private, and if you don't like something, you can just rip the page out. But blockchain, well, blockchain is a permanent tattoo. It's public, you can't change it, and it is designed to last forever. You can already see the problem, right?
So let's break down the two sides in this fight. In one corner, we have the legal rights that we all have over our own data. And in the other, we have the hardcore technological principles that make blockchain, well, blockchain. First up, data subject rights, or DSRs. Now, these aren't just polite suggestions. Oh no. These are legally mandated rights that give you, the individual, the ultimate power and control over your personal information whenever a company is holding it. And you can think of these rights as your own personal data superpowers. You have the right to see what data a company has on you, the right to fix it if it's wrong, and this is the big one, the right to have it completely erased. You might know it as the right to be forgotten. And on the other side of the ring, you've got blockchain. At its heart, it's pretty simple. It's just a shared digital notebook. But here's the kicker. Its power comes from three features that are in direct opposition to those rights we just talked about. It's decentralized, so nobody owns it. It's transparent, so everybody can see it. And, most importantly, it's immutable. Once something is written down, it can never, ever be changed. So what happens when the right to be forgotten meets a technology that is literally designed never to forget? Well, you get a massive head-on collision. It creates a huge roadblock for some of our most basic privacy rights. And when you lay it all out, the conflict is just crystal clear. You want your data erased? Sorry, the blockchain is permanent. Can't delete anything. You need to fix a mistake in your records? Too bad, you can't change history. You want to restrict who can access your data? Nope, the system is decentralized. There's no central off switch. It just keeps on running. And this really is the bottom line, isn't it? It's not that blockchain is malicious or anti-privacy. It's just that it was built for a totally different purpose, to create an unchangeable, verifiable record of the truth. The problem is, its single greatest strength is also its biggest privacy weakness. So is it a lost cause? Do we have to pick a side, innovation or privacy? Absolutely not. A lot of really smart people are on this, and they've come up with some incredibly clever ways to bridge the gap and make these two worlds play nice. Okay, so here are 4 of the leading strategies people are using. They range from just good old common sense to some seriously advanced crypto magic, but they all have the exact same goal: respect our rights as users without totally breaking what makes blockchain so powerful. The number one rule, and honestly, this one solves like 90% of the problem right off the bat, is super simple. Just keep the sensitive, personal stuff off the chain. Think of it like a library. The blockchain is the card catalog. It holds a reference number. But the actual book, the thing with all your sensitive data in it, that stays safely tucked away on a private, separate shelf that you control. Then you have something that feels like actual magic. It's called zero-knowledge proofs. And get this, it is so cool. It lets a system prove that something about you is true, like, say, that you're over 18, without you ever having to reveal the sensitive data itself, like your actual birth date. It's a total game changer for things like digital IDs and private transactions. Okay, but what if you absolutely have to put some personal data on the chain? What then? Well, for that, there's this brilliant little workaround called effective erasure. It's a way to honor the spirit of the right to be forgotten by making data totally useless without breaking that fundamental no deletions rule of the blockchain. Here's how it works in 3 easy steps. First, you encrypt the data, turning it into unreadable gibberish before it ever touches the blockchain. Second, you take the special key needed to unscramble that gibberish and you store it somewhere safe and private, off-chain. And third, if a user wants their data erased, you just delete the key. That's it. The encrypted data is still on the blockchain, sure, but without the key, it's just a locked box forever. It's completely and permanently useless. And this brings us right back to our tattoo analogy, which just illustrates the solution so perfectly. You don't get someone's full name and address tattooed on your arm, right? No, you tattoo a symbol or a code. The meaning of that symbol, the real, sensitive info, is kept safe and sound in a locker that you control. You get the permanence of the tattoo with the privacy of the locker. It's the best of both worlds. So when you bring all of this together, it becomes pretty clear that coexistence isn't just possible. It's really all about smart, thoughtful design. The path forward really requires a whole new mindset. It means building systems with privacy in mind from day one, not just tacking it on as an afterthought. It means being upfront and honest with people about what the technology can and can't do. And maybe most importantly, it means we all need to get better at understanding how this incredible technology actually works.
You know, at the end of the day, this isn't a battle where one side has to win and the other has to lose. It's about recognizing that we've got two incredibly powerful tools here. The challenge is just to use the right tool for the right job. Let blockchain do what it's great at, securing the truth of a transaction, while we use other systems to protect the privacy of the people involved.
This really just says it all. Privacy laws are there to protect people. Blockchain is there to protect truth. Each one serves a vital but very different purpose. One is about human dignity, the other is about mathematical certainty. And that, right there, is the optimistic takeaway. With smart architecture, with thoughtful engineering, and with a real commitment to both of these principles, we don't have to choose. We can have both. So this really leaves us with a critical question for the future. As more and more of our world, our money, our art, our very identities goes on-chain, the responsibility to get this right is only going to get bigger. How we choose to design for both truth and privacy will define the next chapter of our digital lives.